Hey, and welcome to the Drive and Ditch podcast. We're here for February the 6th, back to give our college basketball a try and some picks. We've been off for a couple days, but we're back for a big Saturday, a little late, but there's still plenty of time and plenty of games to go. Dynamite, are you ready to give us some college basketball winners?
Yeah, I've got a few. I'm going to go for some more solid picks. I think quality over quantity today, I believe.
Well, I have some very exciting picks. A lot of very bad teams, a lot of very bad losing streaks. So it should be exciting as I try to figure out a way to make you take very bad teams. All right, let's go back over our records. We won't go back to the last time we picked college basketball, but Dynamite is 85, 91, and 1 on the year. I'm 119, 101, and 1 on the year. Dynamite, kick us off, get us started. Give us some college basketball winners.
Well, first off, there's a game I'm really looking forward to watching. Starts at 3 p.m. My new favorite team, the Rice Owls, at home against Southern Miss. They played yesterday. Rice won big. They covered the 4.5 yesterday. Today they're only 5.5 for some reason, and they won by like 20 yesterday. So I'm going to take Rice again. Been riding them a lot this year, getting a lot of wins from them. I see no reason why to not take them again. I think this is an easy W today. Next up, I'm going to go to an SEC matchup. I've got Auburn minus 4.5 at home against Ole Miss. I think Auburn's offense is just going to overpower Ole Miss here, and they're going to get in a rhythm shooting and should win big in that one. I've got. Hang on, my dumb dog. Sorry about that, everyone.
Is he playing this weekend?
Next up, I've got an ACC matchup. I've got Notre Dame at Georgia Tech. Notre Dame's getting 4.5 here. I really like that. One thing I'm looking at here is Notre Dame's been shooting the three really well, and Georgia Tech is actually really terrible at defending the three. So I like Notre Dame plus the 4.5. I think their offense is going to carry them to victory tonight at Georgia Tech. And my last game, I'm going to go to Corvallis. I've got Oregon State minus 1.5 at home against Washington State. Both these teams have been playing pretty well the last couple of weeks, but I just think the home factor and Oregon State's depth is going to help them cover that spread and win this game tonight.
All right, some nice picks. All right, so I'm going to start out with North Texas minus 3.5 versus Louisiana Tech. They just came off a loss to Louisiana Tech, but before that, they had won 4 straight, including a sweep of your Rice Owls. North Texas has played pretty well this year, so I look for a decent bounce back here after last night's game versus Louisiana Tech, and North Texas to bounce back and get a win here versus La Tech at minus 3.5. Next, we're going to UT Chattanooga plus 5.5 versus ETSU. Really like UTC here. They played pretty well this year. Their only losses really that are bad are a Citadel loss, but otherwise Furman, VMI, Wofford, and UNC Greensboro, those losses are not bad. I really think this matchup is pretty close versus ETSU. ETSU has slowly gotten better through the year, but I think this 5.5 points is a little bit high for UTC to be getting, so I really like UTC here. Next up, I don't advise watching this matchup, but I'm going with Tennessee Tech minus 3.5 versus UT Martin. Now, Tennessee Tech has only won 2 games on the year. They are on a 4-game losing streak and are really, really terrible. But in a rivalry that no one wants, I do think that Tennessee Tech is a little bit better than UT Martin. After winning 2 straight, they've been back to losing 2 in a row, and those are versus Illinois, Edwardsville, and Jacksonville State. So really like Texas Tech here in a terrible game overall. Next up, we're going a little to the Midwest in a even more terrible game. Robert Morris -1.5 versus Youngstown State. Robert Morris has been awful this year, but they do have two sort of okay wins in conference. One versus UW Milwaukee, one versus Purdue Fort Wayne. Youngstown State is really bad. They beat them the other night in overtime. So I look for Robert Morris to bounce back here and get the win versus Youngstown State. Next up, we're going out into the West. Wyoming +7.5 versus Colorado State. Colorado State has been really good this year, but this just seemed a little bit of a high spread going into Wyoming. They played the other night on Thursday, and it was a 2-point game. I just really don't know if Colorado State can win this game by 7.5. So really like Wyoming here to cover that spread. And lastly, we're going to a team who just fired their coach. Portland just fired Terry Porter. We're looking for a little bounce back after a firing. Granted, Portland is on about a 10-game losing streak, but we look for him to cover today, +12.5 versus Pepperdine, and do the little post-coach firing bounce back. I don't want to say win because they have no chance of winning, but a bounce back cover. We want a bounce back cover over Pepperdine here at 12.5. So an exciting slate of games on my list. I expect everybody to tune in to every one of those matchups.
So you're not going to wear your Pepperdine hoodie tomorrow?
I still might wear the Pepperdine hoodie tomorrow. All right. That's our show. Be sure to find us on greenlightnetwork.org. You can find Dynamite David on our NFL Props podcast. Be sure to watch that. Dynamite, where can we find you?
You can follow me on Twitter at GLN_D.
I'm GLN Champ 5 both on Twitter and Instagram. That's our show, and we're out.